Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik and this is a game War in the Pacific Admits Edition. This is my play by email match against KilRoy. He is the commander of the Allied forces and for me it is still the Empire of Japan. This is now already the beginning of April, the first week of April is more or less at the end and over. And well, the war is now at a maybe more slower pace. I try to still take Auckland with the little forces I have to spare. Here is first some of my submarines find some cargo ship going in or out of Ceylon. Good. And my carrier force in the Pacific is more or less at the end of action and range and sorties, and now also one of my destroyers is heavily damaged and the cruiser is not more the best shape. I have to pull them back. So I'm not so sure if we will really see too much activity here. I was able to take Darwin but struggled to overcome the defense in Rangoon. And in China is everything on hold more or less. Yeah, this is now that KilRoy sent his submarines to catch my carrier fleet, and I try, of course, to avoid this. Good. This is some airstrikes against these British forces coming close to Bangkok. Here, at open terrain, I can bombard them very successful. Many disabled or destroyed Chinese forces. Yeah, and the British Hudson's out of mole mine. But this time they don't hit my tanks. So a lot of bombardment in the morning. And this is my Pacific Carrier Fleet Division is also depart Singapore, I think 2 or 3 turns ago. And on the way back to Ceylon to make some next surprise strike, maybe finding some just incoming troop transport or something like this in Colombo sitting. I really not push here too much in the India Ocean in this campaign. Always sending my carriers in, try to find something and go out. So So luckily, my carriers was able to get more hexes back to Japan. See this? Without that any submarine was able to get a shot on them. And this is near to Perth. There's one cargo ship. Good. Get intercepted and killed. At least something. So one cargo ship in India Ocean in the near to Ceylon and one near to Perth. It's all what I can count here today. It's maybe too little to really have an impact. More bombardment on Rangoon. Yeah, but again, I'm roughly have the double attack values in the British, but this is too little, too less to really overcome them. So, but here in Shishijima, I was able to bring in 3 of my Navy Guard units, unloaded them, and now I try to push Americans out of this island, and it looks like it was successful. KilRoy was not able to bring in reinforcements, so I sent some forces here and destroy all of this. Or, I mean, these are now only part troops, I think, not complete units, but at least something. And at the same time here also, I know these are still more allied forces crossing the river. I am not so sure why, but maybe he tried to catch me because I'm in the wrong ops mode, and then, hard to say. But it's not end well for him. Yeah, and this is they retreating. So the British forces just crossing the river, making a shock attack. The shock attack failed, and then they jumping back to their original hex. So no real air war. I mean, of course, a lot of bombardment in China, but no real engagement. And out of this, we have only light losses. For some reason, there are 8 destroyed Catalinas. Maybe there was a cargo ship loaded with Catalinas. I don't know why you would have 8 losses of Catalinas. Because I don't really took any other base. Ishijima was my own base. It cannot be that there was some units. So I'm not 100% sure why. But I also lost 2 of my heavy scout boats. So was even maybe. Ship sunk. There was at least normally a second one. I'm not so sure, but 2 cargo ships go down. Land war in China, nothing. I'm not so sure if this is an indication that maybe KilRoy come here out and try to. Maybe KilRoy try to come out with his army to stop my divisionists here parked, blocking KilRoy before my reinforcements arrive. You see. Nothing really else here in China. In Burma, there's some forces blocking me, but they are all very small and nothing too strong, so I can normally try to use my tanks and get rid of them. I also bring in here some Navy Guard units from the source to simply guard this hex and then help me, because I'm not more sure, I think in this hex, here, this base I will have a garrison request. And this base is the oil, so I must bring in here normally some base force sooner or later to get here local cap fighters to protect this facility against the British and American air war in the future. Here I was only able to use my TIE forces to kick back this slightly British scouting party. Nothing really too important. My carriers coming closer to Ceylon, but still needing, I think, 1 day, 2 days, maybe in 3 days I am striking range to come here to west of Colombo to maybe mess up here by surprise some enemy shipping. Uh, at the same time, I still limping back with my carriers, and now I have no detection more. And the submarines was not able to find me, but it is still slow. Because I can only make 2 hexes per day. So I maybe, but I don't want to do it now. We must split this destroyer, and maybe I won't come a little more closer to Japan. Maybe if I'm staying here, I can maybe split it up and then say, okay, the carriers go alone and then the destroyer on its own. Shishijima is now under control again, so I was able to take it. Of course, there's a Navy Guard guys, they are not so strong for fighting. I maybe ship them back, or at least this one unit is a little damaged. I ship them maybe back to Tokyo, let them rest, and then I can maybe assembling the next party for taking Marcus Island back. Well, okay. Good. Thank you all. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.